Welcome back to Trans Guy Reacts. My name is Nick, and I make videos about women's basketball, collegiate or professional. And today, I want to talk about the Chicago Sky press conferences. Woo! Before I get into the video, please note that if you are a fan of only one team or one player, this is not the channel for you. This is not the video for you. Please go ahead and dislike this video so I do not come up on your feed again. I am here for people who love women's basketball, and if you're a new fan, you love all of women's basketball, and you want to know the history and the context, I am that source of truth for you. Very biased truth, but a source of truth. And I am not interested in placating new casual fans either. I don't care about you. Please go away, please. All right, let's get back into the topic at hand, which is the Chicago Sky press conferences that happened for Brynna Maxwell, Angel Reese, and Camila Cardoso. So, where do I start? They were bad. They were very, very bad. So let's start with Camilla's. So Kamilla is, she was at the time, I believe she was in South Carolina because she had to go to a gala, an awards gala, and so she had to do hers virtual. And virtual press conferences are real, real dry. I I did not like it, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. The issue I found most was that the reporters asked really trite questions and she gave very basic answers. And I've heard her in interviews before. She typically does give basic answers because the questions are pretty boring and she doesn't really have much else to say. So I can't blame her for like the answers being so basic. But I do blame the reporters because I feel like it's laziness to ask these questions. They're like the same questions that they ask everybody, and they're not dynamic at all. And I've heard Kamilla. I've seen her in lives and other. She goes live on Instagram. I've seen her just be interviewed by other people like that she knows. She can speak. She can speak in full sentences. She can have dynamic conversation. But these reporters are just asking the most rote, the most common played out like basketball questions ever, and so she just answers basically saying the same thing over and over again. So it was like a 15-20 minute interview where she just had the same answer for almost everything. And yeah, I blame the reporters, and I also blame the tech people at Chicago Sky because it was like, what the hell? It was not good. It wasn't good technically either. It was really hard to hear some of the reporters as well. But that's what you get. Now let's go over to Angels. Whew. Angel was actually there, and so was Brynna Maxwell. I don't have anything to say about Brynna's because hers was exactly the same as Angel's, and so what I'm going to say about Angel's kind of applies there. Brynna did fine, and so did Angel. Angel did great. I think a good source of like who have if you want to watch Quita Love Sports, she has like actual video of the situation and like what it looked like, and it was trash. It was so trash, especially if you compare it to Alyssa Peely's Welcome from the Minnesota Lynx, where they actually had like her indigenous people there. They like did this whole welcome. It was like it was just it wasn't even that much, but it was something. It was something. Now Angels, she comes into this gym. By the way, they do their gym like workouts and things at a recreational center, so that's already embarrassing, and it's not even near Chicago. It's like outside of Chicago in a suburb. And she comes into this really tiny room. It's a small ass gym. There's like maybe 7 reporters there and some people on live. She comes into the room. It's dead quiet. They just kind of like look at her as she walks in. There's no fanfare, no welcome. It's just like, oh hi, I'm here. And then she sits at a table, and then they ask her some pretty standard questions that they ask everybody. But to Angel's credit, she does give a little bit of color. She gives a little context. She makes it a little bit more interesting and has some really great things to say. She's super humble. She talks about like how she has to make the team. She knows that she could get cut. Although, like, girl, come on, you're not getting cut. Your jersey sold out. You bring in all these new eyeballs. You've helped sell out some tickets and things like that. Like, no, they're not cutting you. But that's really great that you're humble enough to say that for the media so that they can tell the commoners, the casual fans who don't understand how this works, and that most people get cut from their teams because there's only 12 spots, sometimes 11. So, yeah, I do appreciate her giving something to it, but like, oh my god, again, the questions were absolutely terrible, and it was like so lackluster. It was frankly embarrassing, and the audio was terrible. Like, I can't believe they put this on YouTube. You can barely hear the people in the there's like seven of them. They're like not even 5 feet from her. You can barely hear what they're saying and asking, and then the people on virtual, you couldn't hear them at all. I had to like turn it up all the way, put my ear close to my computer, like I could not hear what they were saying. So embarrassing. And I get it. Like, they might not have the money, maybe, in Chicago to really have something, but it's not a good look. It's just, it doesn't bode well for the future. You hope that this is embarrassing enough and that people with the money see this and that this doesn't happen again. Because, damn. I was. This is why people don't want to go to Chicago, even though they won a championship like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But people don't want to go to Chicago if those are the facilities and that's how you're welcomed by the sports people. It's like, who and why were there only like 7 people there? It's like, what? Angel has like 3 million followers on Instagram. There's no way you couldn't have gotten more people there to welcome her or do something special. It would not even have taken that much of a lift. You just would have to make an announcement and people would show up. But I digress. Women's basketball is one of the most disrespected sports, and it is what it is. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing seeing her come into that gym, that tiny ass gym, and have that kind of welcome to Chicago. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and like, comment. Oh, do not comment. I don't have comment sections. That's a great way for people to bully you. I don't allow comments. It's not necessary. I don't really care what you guys think. I don't. But I do care that you're here. I hear that you're here, but I don't care what you think. In fact, if you do see me commenting on anyone else's video, I do that because they allow it. Commenting is a privilege, not a right, but they allow me to comment. So sometimes I will comment, and then people will reply to my comments, and I do not read comments. So have fun talking to yourself. Good luck with that. But thanks for watching anyway. If you like this video, go ahead, like it, share it, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.